Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Today is Thursday, August 13th. It's a little bit after 11:48. I'm just leaving physical therapy. This morning I went and did my infusion therapy. Then right after that I went straight to physical therapy. I just wanted to jump right into it. Why are some nurses harder to deal with? I just can't fathom and figure that in my mind. And I don't want you guys to ever think, well, she's always bashing and putting down doctors or individuals. No, this is my journey of what I go through. I don't post every day, but this is my channel for showing everyday life with the illness, with family. You know, you see them on here occasionally, but just the factor of nurses having attitudes, and I just can't for the life of me just fathom the reason why you have to be so difficult and hard to deal with when you see someone that needs your help. I mean, isn't that what you went to school for? Isn't that what you signed up for? To take an oath to help people to the best of their ability, to the best of your ability, to aid them in their healing process. To be, this is easy to be nice and kind. Does everybody do it? No way, absolutely not. And what I'm venting about is that, you guys probably seen the last two videos. Right now, I am in a wheelchair. Not because I want to. I am grateful that my neurologist had me to keep my wheelchair ever since back in 2016 when I very first became ill. And I mean, I progressed. After a while, I became better, moved to the rollator, and I've been doing great with that. But with having multiple sclerosis and other illnesses that add to that as well, your body is always on a up and down roller coaster journey. You don't know what's going to happen at the end of the day. It's always ever changing, and you just got to roll with the punches as best as you possibly can. So this is not the first time. This is the second time my mom, when she brought me to my infusions, that some of the nurses, they just assume, oh well, they see someone with you, that you're gonna be rolled to the back. Now, the area where they do the infusions at is about maybe 5 minutes away from the front, but it is a super long hallway to go down. Now, when I had my rollator, if I wasn't feeling well or feeling short as a break, it has a seat on it, I can sit down and take a break, no problem. But with my bones aching because of the bacteremia, the infection, they just have really lazy moments and have really nasty attitudes, and then they wonder why parents, guardians, caregivers become so frustrated with them. And my dad always told my brothers and I, do not bring what's at your job to the home, and do not bring what's at home to your job. It's two total separate worlds. We are human beings. It doesn't mean we don't get angry. It doesn't mean we don't feel stressed. It doesn't mean we don't feel ticked off, peed off. Every race or nationality you are, or what gender you are, we are all the same. So when you have craziness that is just like that, you're trying to figure out to yourself, what in the world is going on with you while you're having these bad moments? Are you having a bad day? Could you maybe had a rough morning? I can be sensitive and understanding to that. I'm not going to be angry or feel, disgusted when you're having a bad day. That's what, we're human. But just the everyday, always, you're being rude and not being kind, that's not fair and it's not cool at all. And people don't really think about things like that until either it happens to them or someone in their family. Here for another COVID test, you guys. Today is Friday, August 14th. Hopefully you guys can hear me. They got this machine in here so I can hardly hear myself. But just waiting for them to come in and get ready to do another. Okay, hey you guys, so I am in the van waiting on my mom and my nephew to do that. On yesterday's video, I talked about maybe 1 minute before I wasn't feeling well and I didn't come back and finish the video, about how sometimes, well, many times you have good and bad. of hospital facility nurses and doctors. And to be a patient, now for my followers, I don't know if any of you guys have any type of chronic illness. If you don't, then hey, that's awesome. If you do, then you kind of understand exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, still, it's just common sense to have this type of love and care and concern for you know, it's just really so aggravating to be a patient. To be a patient and you're dealing with so much in your body. There's the stress of the illness. There's the stress of countless appointments and things you're doing and running around. Whether you're doing things by yourself or whether if you have one person or 10 people supporting you, it's still a lot of pressure to deal with a chronic illness day in and day out. That it does not take a day off. It does not take a vacation. It does not take a break. Pain was just, you know, dealing with fatigue every day, and then you fight an infection, and then your side effects with other medications you're ready to take. It's a lot. So your body's under a lot of stress, and it was just easier for me to go through my appointments with, you know, a lot of assistance. You know, instead of using a rollator, my body didn't have the strength to hold myself up and walk like I was doing before. Now with therapy, I am getting back to that. When you see this video, therapy will be finished, and that'll be my last day. Okay, hey you guys, so we have obviously left the store Costco. We went to go get something to eat, and then once we got home, I only had about maybe an hour, until maybe like an hour and 20 minutes before it was time to go to physical therapy. Physical therapy went great. Everybody was so happy to see me as I was happy to see them. As like I said, that was my last time. I am going to be going back. The reason why that was my last time was because when insurance decided to renew it, at the time I was in the hospital, so I missed a lot of days. And my therapist and I just came to an agreement to say with so many health issues that I have going on, she don't want to put too much pressure on my body, which I love about them, which they majorly respect your boundaries. And so like next week I'm going into the hospital, but next Monday through Friday, and I wouldn't be there if they was to schedule me already. But I'll keep in contact with them. You guys to just, you know, not sit back, not be afraid, and speak up. When you speak up, you don't have to be loud, mean, and rude, but you don't have to allow people to make you feel like a doormat. And for me, that is something that I had to learn. I would just sit back, never just, you know, a lot of times to speak up. And I've been guilty of that for so long. And then when I started just being more boisterous and being more bold and assertive and what I had to say, they started having more respect. If you guys want to see what I go through, y'all just meeting me for the first time. They see me twice a week, every week. And so they've been knowing me for almost 2 years. So, well, you know, but for a full year. So they are very used to me. So instead of you guys looking at me or anybody else, I don't care if they're white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, whatever, anyone with illness, whatever their age range is, that is not the issue. Treat them with the same respect that because you're going to get old one day, and hopefully you live to be old, and you don't want the things that you've done to people to come back on you because it wasn't nice. And a lot of times you have to tell people that type of truth because they think they're invincible, and they think that we're dispensable. They think, oh, they will never get rid of me. Well, nobody will ever report me. No, you're a fool that thinks that. Because if you're not treating the public with respect, you don't need to interact with the public. You want to have good and bad apples in the public. But just because someone might have done something wrong, you can't come and assume, well, this patient is going to be rude. Because not all patients are bad. And I'm never saying excuse someone being mean to you. I would never say that. But at the same time, you cannot look at everyone the same because you may get a few patients that are just out of control and unruly. Every patient is not difficult to deal with. And they're always telling me, oh, Miss Joy, you know, you're nice and you're sweet. I love that. That's appreciative. But I think sometimes my niceness, they take advantage of that. So I just want to share that with you guys. You know, be bold, be assertive. You don't have to be loud and crazy. You don't have to cuss them out. But it's just knowing your rights, of knowing what your needs are, and being adamant about it, and not letting anyone make you feel any less. Come come on and finish venting that, and just to encourage you guys. It doesn't matter what position you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. Treat everyone with respect. It shouldn't have to take children to remind us of a simple adage that when I was a school teacher, that's what I would tell the kids. But a lot of times when we become adults, we forget what we have trained our children or children that's around us or things that we were told as kids. We don't exercise the same common sense and courtesy that we want to drill into our children to do. And that's nuts. But here we go. Always, always, always remember that you're bold, that you're strong, that you are a winner, you are a warrior, and that you are a survivor. You better cut out the storm first when in the storm. Much peace to you all. And I will talk to you guys again in the next video. Bye. Besos. Walk in love.